This is deer sausage on a piece of sandwich bread.
Dang, the first word these folk gonna hear when they check the podcast, you drop an F-bomb. Goodness gracious, let's go hit the intro.
Enough of the code switching. Been hitting my soul, been on the ropes. I'm ready to grow, so get to know me. Keep your head up, I want you to grow.
Singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth.
What?
Then it's a soap opera.
No contest. Wait, see it's gold on me. Serve, nigga.
Glow with me.
The world been dying, days is number, check the climate.
It's
This list is
16.
some ass, bro.
You
I'll
with
go.
Cardi B over Illmatic.
You put this over, not just that. You put this over pop. You put this over criminal. You put this over rap music. You put this over All Eyes on Me.
Time and again that I'm really him. Oh, you ain't know. It's not just for the show, but bet you entertain anybody.
It kind of goes into my whole spiel about music and everything like that. The game related stuff.
Why'd you elongate music? This man said music.
Look, music is powerful.
Music. Why are you elongating? You don't.
Because it's music.
What are you, a cow? Wait.
It's music. It's not music.
I'm pretty sure there's only one you in.
Yes. You have to put emphasis on that you. Music.
You're weird. You know, you're being weird right now, bro.
Yes, I am very weird.
Local neck.
I
Local
like
neck destroys Waterside District with a Hellcat.
local Negro. In the words of Chisel the Don, it's local Negro. Right.
Local esophagus shuts it down for everyone. There's something in the water. Yeah, it's a Hellcat. Oh my god, bro. Oh, that's why Pharrell won't come back. This nigga shut it down. We don't even have a stage anymore. He just came down here doing like 180. I don't know what happened. Oh my god.
She agrees she really been here through the fall. She the only thing I need. I wanna be free. I know that they want me for my ideas. So they...
Yo, what is going on? That time again. This is the pod. Unbounded. I am, as always, Mr. Top Shelf, the truth, and one I got my boy, the outlier, who is a big fan of The Boys.
The show on Amazon Prime, in case anybody was confused.
I have Amazon Prime, but I just haven't sat down to watch it.
I watched one season. I'm like in between the first and the second season. After that second season, I'm hooked. I was waiting on it. I was sitting on it for a while because I knew it was there, but I was like, I don't know if I like the idea of superheroes not being, superheroes. Because, this is after watching the Avengers and DC, all the DC movies and all that. And then then I read the comic. And then I had a coworker at work really talking about it. I said, you know what? We're going to watch it. And warning, it's bloody.
Who the heck is Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Hold on, let me see this. Let me
Wait, really? Oh no.
No, they're frying me on TikTok today. You must know who this person is.
He said, Flag Guerrero G.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna need.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Wow.
We're doing this.
Wow.
No, this is crazy.
They got you on that one, bro. They got you there.
This is wild. Somebody on TikTok just said I look like Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh my
I'm This has been the podcast. I'm done. Funny thing, I was low-key about to buy this jersey. Not realizing who the heck this person is. Now I might just hit the cop it. Thanks.
Oh my! Oh, wow! Wow!
I'll be clipping this for TikTok.
Wow.
Well then, I'm hold on now. Lord have mercy. Just first things first. I can't even get started the podcast, and
I'm gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Just, ooh. That's a. I mean, I would never do that to you.
Don't be coming for me no more. All right.
I would never do that to you.
That's cap.
I genuinely would not like.
Anytime I get retwisted up and I get the style, I am Derrick Henry's other son.
Oh no, I'm not posting that on social media.
Oh no, I'm doing it to myself.
I know, but I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that to you because I'm your friend.
Oh well, my band community, we do this all the time. Like it's one of my boys, and he went bald for like a hot minute, and had like he cut the beard off, had the mustache, and was bald. And I was like, this man looked like Steve Harvey.
Damn, that's wow.
When I say we are very ruthless, in the band
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
I didn't even do that.
Oh wow.
Did you watch the fights today?
They were all on. I wasn't really busy. I was just.
I watched it while I was cleaning up.
Yeah, I forgot they were on. Honestly, I was waiting for them to come on to like tonight.
Prayers up to the guy that the main event ended really badly. Dude kind of popped the shoulder out of place, and
they couldn't put it back in
the first round.
Oh.
So he lost.
I saw that. I saw another dude lose by.
Hold the phone.
No, here. All right, I'm sorry for this, but you look more like Prince Fielder if you had your hair like mine. Prince Fielder doesn't have dreads. Last I checked. Although I haven't seen Prince Fielder in a long time.
I guess we're about to see.
I guess we will.
You asked what we were going to do today now that Breon and Redd weren't showing up. I guess we figured it out.
I mean, I guess he does have dreads now.
Is this now or used to?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Well, he is retired, so I mean,
it's a big dude.
But he's big. But that man could hit, bro. That brother could hit.
Well, whole soul. This look there.
Yeah, he could hit. But I say no. I'd say that if you had a fade, if you were faded,
probably the most accurate so far.
I'd say this one right there. So
I think the Guerrero one was actually Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Probably the most.
That was dead on. That was dead on. I ain't gonna hold
I cannot, and I'm going to allow everybody to get their jumps in once I post it everywhere. So,
cheers by the way, cheers.
Oh, there you go. That Mountain Dew.
It's actually zero sugar. I found it in Food Lion. It's not bad.
Is that the one? Is that just zero sugar version of Gliz? What are you talking? What? See, no.
What did somebody say this time?
Somebody said Glizzy reveal.
Don't do that to yourself. No. Here's the thing. I just listened to Brilliant Idiots podcast with Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne. Don't do it. Trust me, don't do it.
What the heck is a Glizzy reveal?
I think. All right. So from what I heard, based on that podcast I heard today with Charlemagne, it's a Glizzy is basically, I think it's a hot dog.
Well, yeah, because my brother keeps saying Glizzy like all the time. I want to kick him in his face for it. But
so I want to say it might mean. I also want to say I guess it want to contribute it to also food. Because some people call a Glizzy a gun, right?
Yeah. So when we came up, that's what a Glizzy was. A gun, Glizzy was a gun.
Right. Well, according to
I fear for the word blicky now.
I got the Urban Dictionary. According to the Urban Dictionary, a Glizzy is a hot dog.
Well, I don't eat hot dogs, so
Yeah. Wait, what? Never mind. We ain't gonna talk about that. I don't care.
I don't eat hot dogs.
Okay.
I could probably count
really,
on one hand
that's
how many
cool.
hot dogs I've eaten in the last 5 years. You know what? You know what changed me?
What?
I forget who it was, but it was in public speaking class my senior year of high school. I wonder if it was Kristen. I'm gonna ask later, but it was definitely a girl, and she did her speech. It was a persuasive speech on why people should eat hot dogs.
Oh yeah. No, I hope
Yeah,
that
man, he had to work, so free Breon.
Yeah, the oppressors have been running them ragged recently.
He had to go to paid slavery.
Basically.
He make good money for it, but he got to work.
Yep. So I realized something. So remember how
Amen.
I told you how we for reasons beyond our control, we can't go to that show anymore, to the Run the Jewels show.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then I have a playlist, right, that I'm pretty sure you're familiar with. That playlist hit the Run the Jewels portion of the playlist. Now, on that playlist, I have every favorite song from Run the Jewels in a row. And then I'm also following them on social media where they're posting from their shows. And I'm seeing all the people going to those shows. And I'm basically like, you know what? Whatever.
It's deep.
Yeah, no, the shows are deep. Absolutely. The shows are packed. But I realized something. Which reveal? We have a reveal. We have some good news because guess what? Anthony and I are going to an event. Not just any event. And we're going to this event because when I called him, it was basically like when God closes one door, he opens another.
Quickens.
So he closed the door on going to that Run the Jewels concert and Rage Against the Machine concert to open the door to control your narrative.
We going.
We're going to control your narrative show in Norfolk in October, right?
Mm-hmm. October 28th.
October 28th in Norfolk. Control Your Narrative is coming here. And I'm pretty sure, like, if we can, you know, if our money ain't funny, pretty sure we're gonna get like the VIP access. Because I want that front row.
I'm definitely getting at least the
meeting
first VIP,
which is 90. That was 99, right?
Yeah, about 100.
At the very least, at the very least, I want to meet EC3.
EC3.
At the very least, I want to meet EC3.
I've been a fan of Sheriff for a while, so I'm definitely interested. I'm hyped to meet Adam Sheriff.
Yeah. Also, the rant room. I want to do the rant room, mostly just to put over EC3. And I kind of want to ask Austin Aries, like, why he thought it was a good idea to do what he did at Bound for Glory 2018. Because that has always bothered me.
The Christy Hemme story?
No. The story about what he did at Bound for Glory 2018.
I heard. Now, I don't know. I heard it from a wrestler. I heard that it was something that everybody was in on except for people in the back.
Oh, when he walked out like that?
Yeah. I heard it wasn't anything that he was like.
It wasn't a shoot.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I watched the documentary about it. You know, the behind the scenes stuff that Impact produced. And when he came back there, Moose came back there after Aries had left and was like, yo, was that supposed to happen? Moose asked Scott, what happened, and Scott was just saying, he was just being unprofessional or whatever. I thought the whole thing was unprofessional. So I just want the chance to ask him in person.
Chris Jericho in this situation?
Yeah, I just kind of want to ask him in person. So
except for the fact that he didn't confront him like Jericho did with Lesnar.
Yeah. Anyway, I realized something else. I need to watch Stardom.
I didn't watch much wrestling at all this week, to be honest with you.
Really?
I've been in church all week, basically.
Doing
I think
what?
Today is the first night since Monday night that I haven't gone to church.
Doing what?
I go on every Tuesday anyway, but this week I had to play at another church.
Oh.
So usually when that happens, I play there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Revival or just
a women's thing.
No, but I need to watch Stardom. Do you know why? Because I follow Pure Wrestle Explosion on Twitter, and they post just clips from not just Stardom, but everywhere when something dope happens or cool sequence happens or whatever. And most of the stuff they post up there is Stardom. And I also follow Stardom's Twitter, their English Twitter. And the thing is, I think I'm missing out on some really good storytelling because the story came along where this one of the stars, and it also has one of my matches of the year. One of the stars is like left her stable and is going to another stable, but like the storytelling behind it is so good because they show. I follow what's her name? I follow this woman named Thekla. She wrestles over there. She's part of Donna Del Mondo, and the person that left Donna DDM is named Natsupoi.
Is that like
she left? Huh?
Is that Spanish?
Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it.
I think I got like from Dell because that says of the.
Yeah.
Or from the one of those two.
Anyway, it says, but this girl named Natsupoi left Donna Del Mondo to join the Cosmic Angels, but the way she did it, she like betrayed the leader in an elimination match, so that the other group they were facing, the Cosmic Angels, would win, and she defected. But what caught me was the small GIF of Thekla and DDM confronting Natsupoi in another match after it. This is after the betrayal where Natsupoi's already joined Cosmic Angels, right? And Thekla looks like you can just see the pure sadness and emotion in her face that she's really sad that like one of her friends left the stable and is somewhere else. And then to the point where stablemates are like trying to pull us like, no, like forget her, she's not with us anymore type stuff. And I'm like, and they hooked me and I'm like, okay, now I gotta watch. I want to see more.
That sounds actually very interesting. Now I kind of want to see
it. It does, right? Doesn't it?
But I like stories anyway.
Right. But now I'm like, all right, now I got to watch more. Plus, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure, I think DDT is the only one so far that has crowd noise back. That's as far as I know. But what do they say?
DDT has it back. Why doesn't New Japan or Stardom?
I know because
this is where I wholeheartedly agree with Ospreay at because it's kind of
right.
at the point now where they don't have crowd noise back. Everybody else is basically doing it, and like, at this point now, I think a lot of people are at the understanding that we have this thing here forever.
Yeah, probably.
Because even now, I saw in the news the other day that the hospitalization numbers are going up. There is some type of sub-variant that is new, blah, blah, blah. But including me, I went to the store today and I didn't see many masks.
Oh, no, I haven't either.
Which, I mean, I don't wear mine. And I'm just like, I'm going to do what I can to protect myself. I'm eating better. Shoot, I'm under 250 today. So I'm getting back to where I was. Because I told myself by the end of the year, I'm going to be under 210. told myself by the time I go back to school for the school year, I should be under about around 225 ish, and then by December I want to be under 210, maybe under 200, maybe. Now I do have my scheduled cheat days. Like Saturday, I'm definitely cheating because Saturday is my family reunion. So, and they want to be at Golden Corral. So I was like, I suppose just pray for my glutamus, because you pray for my stomach too, because Golden Corral food make you want to go to the bathroom immediately. Last time I went to Golden Corral was in Chesapeake Square.
Damn, that was closed now.
Yeah, that was closed. But here's the problem. As soon as I pulled off, everything just dropped down in my stomach, and I was like,
in your lower intestine.
Shoot, I got to go.
It was like right in your lower intestine.
That was the most uncomfortable 15-minute drive I've ever had in my life. Like, I literally felt like I was going to explode. I got home, ran to the restroom, and I was like, oh my gosh. That was uncomfortable. Like, I was almost in tears of how much pain I was in. Never had that happen to me in my life, and I'm gonna be real with you. I've been to Golden Corral a lot. Not as much since I've been an adult. I think before that time, the last time I went to a Golden Corral was 2013. And that was all the way down to Savannah, Georgia. I haven't done much Golden Corral. Nope, I lied again. I went by myself one time in like 2016. I went by myself. So outside of that, it's not a place that I go to often. I don't even do buffets like that. Like as a kid, you probably felt the same way. As a child, you probably loved the buffets because you didn't want to wait for food. And so you realize how horrible the food really is for you.
Ooh. I hope that doesn't give me heartburn. Yeah, but I need to watch more Stardom. RVD is in Noah. Did you know that? Yeah, Rob Van Dam was in Noah.
I didn't know he was still wrestling.
Yeah, 51. He's in Noah.
I saw a lot of people complaining about his model on 2K, but that was about it.
Did you see the video Griselda in WWE 2K?
Yeah.
I found the song. It's on it's called 08 Scotties. It's came out 2 years ago.
I felt like I heard it before. It's definitely West Side Gun, right?
No, it's all of them. West Side, it's Griselda, West Side, Conway.
Well, I can definitely tell West Side Gun.
Oh,
West
yeah.
Side, he just got that very distinctive voice, though.
Well, because it didn't take me a while, but it was definitely different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you had to because at first you could tell who West Side is, but then I didn't have a major issue, but I was trying to remember what the difference between Conway and Benny.
Yeah.
You know? Which I figured out. I figured that out.
Conway's the one with the machine gun atlas, right?
So what? Yeah. And then, yeah.
And then Benny the Butcher, he has his own little thing. The Butcher coming, nigga.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, though, yeah.
So all of them had their like little signature thing, and that's something I always loved. Like certain rappers, when it's them. Like Wayne, Wayne is about to rap when
the
you hear the lighter. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. He's on the new album, by the way, with DJ Premier.
Yeah.
Also, Timothy Thatcher and Hideki Suzuki are the new tag team champions in Noah, the heavyweight tag team champs in Noah.
So I thought he was gonna be done wrestling, but that's dope.
What else? Like I said, he's in Noah. RVD's in Noah. Briscoe's FTR is 2 out of 3 falls now, which probably going to be match of the year.
Probably.
Do you have matches of the year right now? How many do you think you have?
I'm gonna try not to do duplicates. So right now, I definitely have FTR and Briscoe's in there.
Okay.
Now it's going to be basically determined next week on which one is going to be my number one.
Right.
I definitely have Seth versus Cody at Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on the rest of it. But I definitely know, though I don't know which one's going to be 2-1 yet. But spoiler alert, unless something changes, those are 2-1.
Which one? Seth and Cody and
FTR and
Briscoe's. For me, FTR Briscoe's is definitely on there. Eddie Kingston Jericho at Revolution. Yeah, because I literally cried when Eddie won that match.
I might have Ryan and Heyman up there too.
Yeah, they're the one in January. Yeah, their rematch from Winter is coming. Yeah, that was good. I got this one match from Stardom.
Wasn't that an Iron Man match, right?
No. The Iron Man match was at Winter is coming.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. They never had an Iron Man match.
Didn't they have a match that went like 60 minutes or?
Yeah, that was the Winter's Coming. It was a draw.
All right, you did go Broadway.
A match from what was it? AZM, Ezumi, and I want to say it was Starlight Kid for that heavyweight, for that speed championship.
You know, I'm a little bummed out that I'm not really going to be able to go to the Liberty Lottery. I would
was that the VCW show? Is that the next VCW show?
Yep. Liberty Lottery is on the same night as SummerSlam.
What else? That's on there. EU Dragunov versus Cara Noir. They had the 4th match in their series. That was good.
I heard he had to vacate the title because of injury.
Who? EU?
Dragunov. I know you haven't been paying attention to it, but what do you think about A-Kid? Or, my fault, Axiom?
Who? Wait a goddamn minute. What happened?
So A-Kid has a new gimmick.
What is his new gimmick?
Actually, yeah, he has a gimmick.
What's his gimmick?
You haven't been seeing the superhero gimmick that has been on NXT or has heard about it?
Wait, is it NXT or NXT UK?
No, he's on NXT. He's in the States. So far, they brought over.
Don't tell me this nigga got a mask on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call him that. What?
Yes, that's Axiom.
Why does he have a?
Based on the vignettes I've seen, I'm going to give it a chance.
Why does he have a mask?
Because he's a superhero. He's literally a superhero.
No. Here's what I need the wrestling community to realize. All right. I need you to realize something. All superhero gimmicks don't need to have a mask.
Which big name superhero gimmick doesn't have a mask?
Have you seen Ricochet? Have you seen Trey Miguel? Have you seen Trey Miguel?
That ain't no real superhero.
Literally goes by Spider Trey. He at his last few big pay-per-view events, he's dressed up like Spider-Man, or in one case Venom.
But is he calling himself a superhero?
No. Okay, no, he's not. I'm just saying they all don't. They all don't.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just shooting
to have a mask. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, they all don't need to have a mask. Okay. If anything, A Kid sounds more like a superhero name than Axiom.
I ain't gonna hold you. The first time you talking about A Kid, I was confused. Cause what was it? It was him and because we were talking about his match with Sabre Jr.
Yes, which was phenomenal.
And you said it was like there's this match between Zack Sabre Jr. and the A Kid. I was like, why is he wrestling a kid?
That's just his name, and that match was amazing.
And that's the thing I think can be confusing.
You know what the A is short for, right?
My live access was suspended for hateful behavior.
Oh, that's my bad. Here, I'll take that L. I'll take that L.
Man, I've listened to music with N-words, but I want to hear that foolishness.
If that's hateful literally behavior, what happened,
I didn't say anything hateful.
If that look. If that where is it? On Facebook?
No, on TikTok.
All right, I'll take that L. That's my bad. That's my B.
No, this is stupid.
It is stupid, but I'll take the L.
No. This is conspiracy against me. Every single time I turn around, I'm getting clapped for something stupid. I got like every other black videos they got what you call it? What's the terms of service or whatever the heck it's called over something I didn't do.
I'm sorry.
No, this is not your fault.
Well, like I said, you and every other black creator, every self-aware, conscious.
My entire account got suspended.
Oh.
My entire TikTok is suspended, bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this L. I'm gonna take the L.
No, this is not you.
But I said it though.
No, I don't think it's because I really don't think it's you. I don't know if it's something live or not.
You think somebody reported it? Well, if it was for hateful behavior, somebody probably reported it. That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm so confused right now. I don't say anything hateful on my account.
Like the whole live getting shut down, I can understand that. But your whole account getting suspended, no. That's yeah. But like I said, a lot of people on TikTok have been saying, like especially black creators on TikTok have been saying how it's something up wrong with this thing. You know what I mean? But then again, no app is perfect.
No, this is ridiculous. Now I got to log all the way back in.
This shit's hitting, bro. Whew. What else? What are other matches?
So live access we reviewed your live and found that it violated our nothing that was said was hateful. And it keeps logging me out. Dog, I'm blown now.
I am trying to think. What other matches are in there? Oh, Lee Moriarty, Konosuke Takeshita. That was great. I sent you that match. I know I did. Athena and Swerve wasn't really all that. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like list worthy. I think I'm gonna put Anarchy in the Arena on there. Probably at number 10, solely for the fact of Eddie Kingston walking out to the ring like he was literally going to kill Chris Jericho, which I'm pretty sure if he didn't get stopped by Bryan Danielson, he was going to light Chris Jericho on fire. Oh, that's right. You didn't. Did you? Oh, you didn't watch that, did you? You watched like part of it, right?
Which
Did
one?
you ever go back and watch it? Anarchy in the Arena.
No, we actually watched it while we were live.
Oh, that's right. But you didn't stay on because I was like on the whole show.
No, I actually pulled it up when that happened because I remember I was so confused because they were wrestling while
all over the place
while John's music kept playing.
Yeah, that was great. That was the other. Yeah, that's going to be on the list. What else is happening? Would you want Kevin Durant on your team?
I'd rather him than Brody. What's his name?
Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Okay, there's that. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Axiom. I don't like the gimmick change. I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know. Sasha Banks, 30,000. I mean, yeah. Is it high? Yeah, but I mean, people are going to pay it. People are going to pay it. That's for sure. People would definitely pay $30,000 to see her. Well, any company, I meant, to book her. Bobby Lashley is 46 today.
It was a lot of birthdays, especially in AEW.
Yeah, I think Excalibur had a birthday. What was the worst? Somebody said, what do you think the worst booking decision made in the last 20? What do you think is the worst wrestling booking decision made in the last 20 years? Somebody say anything Hogan did in TNA. Shout out to Wrestling Jeebus. He said that. But you did. It wasn't that great. Bring them pain. Killer Cross called out Alexander Hammerstone for PCW's Ultra Championship.
Ooh.
I'm just going through Twitter at this point.
My fault. I just had to make this TikTok.
Talking about is Jeff Jarrett going to be the guy for the tag team championship match between the Usos and the Street Profits?
Yeah, I heard that he's special guest referee, which makes sense. Makes sense.
Why?
Perfect sense. I mean,
Why?
where is it at?
Huh?
Where are they?
Oh, no, Nashville. But why? Why do you need a?
There's your answer.
Okay.
I mean, he's a legendary guy in an area that he's well known in.
But why do you need him? Why do you need a special guest referee for that match?
I guess with the story being that the referee messed up.
So I just don't like unnecessary stuff. You know what I mean? Like, why do you need? All right, so referee messed up in the last match, so get another referee. You know, or do a street fight, or maybe that's.
I mean, I'm just gonna be happy to see him. So I got to see him in person too, so that was dope.
Eddie Kingston is probably going to beat Jericho, or he should beat Jericho.
Wait, so there's 4 nights of
3.
Fyter Fest?
Wednesday, Friday, and Wednesday. So 3.
Okay. So they're not doing a night 4 with Rampage with the Rampage following?
No, I don't think so.
And I guess next after this is Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah. This is Fighter Fest. Yeah, Fight for the Fallen. And then which is where we were last year this time, which was awesome. Saw one of the best entrances ever with the Dark Order, Hangman Page. Saw Nick Gage. I know you didn't care for that much. I did. It was awesome. What else did we see? Saw that was before Rampage too, wasn't it? It was before Rampage aired. Because this last episode was like 50 episodes of Rampage. So also Brody's gonna face Darby upcoming Dynamite after what happened on over the weekend. Did you see that?
Was that?
Brody jumped Darby in the mall.
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch the video, but I did hear about it.
Yeah, bro. He like broke it. He didn't break in, but he pulled up on him and like beat him up at a signing, put a power bomb through a table. And Darby, I don't be surprised if they make another Jackass movie, Darby is in it. I'm surprised he wasn't in this last one. But then again, when they were I'm still legit surprised he wasn't in it. Because I don't know when they're going to make another one. They should. I don't think they will. They should. But if they do, Darby should be in it. But then again, I'm surprised he wasn't in it. Speaking of Darby, he was at a Nitro Circus live show where he tried to do a backflip on a tricycle, like a toy tricycle. He got it, but barely. So he got it. Jeff and Darby happened this year, didn't it?
Jeff and Darby. Yeah.
They had their Anything Goes, and Jeff. Oh, yeah, that was for that tournament, for the Owen Hart tournament. Which, looking back at it now, was like, what are we doing? What was the point? Because I hadn't seen Britt Baker for a while after that until this last time. And I'm not going to hold you.
WWE needs to tighten up with the women's division. They have way more than enough women to where we should be able to get more stories being told on a weekly basis. Where has I don't know, maybe she showed up Wednesday or yesterday because I was not able to watch either. But has Julia Hart been really featured as of late?
I saw her last time I saw her. She was on Dark. She wrestled on Dark. She was on Dynamite after the match that the Rampage. After the match the Kings of the Black Throne had with the Dark Order, Reynolds and Silver. After that, she came out there, but I'm seeing her.
So they're not really doing as much with her on the main show, but
I mean, she's cutting promos on the main show.
Okay.
Same thing with Miro. Like Miro has been cutting promos because I think they're building to him and Malachi at All Out. So, which I'm still on. I don't know about y'all, but I'm 100% still behind House of Black. I don't know about y'all, but I am.
I'm not 100% sold.
Like if they whenever they appear on my TV, like it's like with Bray. It was like with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. The wrestling is actually way better because of I love Malachi Black's style. That hard-hitting striker style, and I'm a fan of that style. But it's the fact that whenever they cut promos, I have to pause and listen. Same thing with Bray back then. Like when Bray, I mean, if Bray wasn't wrestling, he was just coming out there to cut a promo. I'm there to listen to hear what he has to say. And sometimes he was speaking facts. So that's how I look.
I guess once I watch again this week, I'll be able to figure more out. But I kind of feel a little left in the dark this week, not being able to watch. Like, congrats to Keith Lee and Swerve, though.
Yeah, that was good. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought
really did.
I thought Starks and Hobbs were gonna get it first. Honestly,
I think a lot of people were kind of upset that they didn't as well.
Right, but as long what I don't want and what I think might happen is, and sadly this might happen, you get to the big pay-per-view against FTR, and the only reason FTR wins is the FTR gets all the belts, all the tag belts, because Swerve turns on Keith Lee.
I think they're probably going to have that turn.
Right. And it's probably going to be at the cost of the titles.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, sucks, but I mean,
speaking of turns, Roxanne now, and Cora Jade.
Their skateboard fell apart.
I saw all that live, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, I'm in. You got me." And then the skateboard broke prematurely. I was like, "Oops."
What it makes sense to me is like, can we talk about that too? I don't care what anybody says. I knew, and I stand by this. I will die on this hill. I think those belts would have meant more if you didn't take them off Sasha and Bailey at WrestleMania. I think those belts would still have some kind of relevance.
Well, but even then they got the belts back.
I know, but they didn't get them with people there. They got them back.
That is fair.
They got them back during the pandemic when nobody was watching. Everybody had to watch it on TV.
That is fair too.
Now, granted, that was still fun. It was a fun run,
but it was because even while that was still happening, it wasn't that the tag titles were the primary focus of what was going on.
Right.
It was mostly focus was still on the singles titles that were at one point. At one point, I believe that both of them were holding Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships as well as holding the tag titles.
Because Asuka got it from Becky at Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah.
Asuka got it from Becky, and she was holding on to it. And then Sasha won it from her, right? Sasha won it from her. Bailey had it. Bailey had it after winning it from Charlotte. And then Sasha, like I said, Sasha won it from her. And then Sasha won it from Asuka. And then they had both belts, all the belts, the tag belts and the women's title belts. Then Asuka eventually won it back from Sasha, you know? Yeah. And then but they still had the tag belts. And then the whole thing was like, okay, at some point, Bailey and Sasha are going to lose those tag titles, which they did. They lost them back to Kairi and Asuka. Eventually lost them back to them, and then they had them, and then they had their feud for the SmackDown belt, which was good. But still, I still stand by what I said. Now, granted, like I said, the pandemic did not help those belts. Actually, it kind of did. The pandemic is probably the best thing that ever happened to those belts. But I'm serious. Sasha and Bailey winning the belts at Elimination Chamber in a good match, only to lose them a month and a half later to a team, to the Iconics. And then the Iconics took those belts and then disappeared with them right after they won them. Did not help.
Yeah.
I mean, if they won them and then appeared on whatever show right after WrestleMania, that'd be different. But they won them and then were gone for a month or however long they were gone. And then they didn't even, let alone they were gone. When they came back, they didn't even really defend them, until they needed to. Which was, what was the point? And then you're forming all these other tag teams, which were good. Some of them were pretty decent. Like, for example, I think the next champs, had they still gone, I think you could have gotten a great match from Sasha and Naomi versus Liv and Rhea, which is where I think that should have gone. That match would have been awesome. But that wasn't the case. And like I said, when I say this, when I give this spiel, I'm not blaming the Iconics. That's not what I'm doing. When I say the Iconics disappeared, I'm saying that WWE, I'm talking about the fact that WWE decided this is where we need to go. Instead of putting it on your top two baby faces, or keeping them on your top two baby faces at the show, you're going to put them on who the company believed at the time was a hot act. Which, I'm not going to hold the Iconics. They were, they were heat magnets because they were annoying. But if you're going to be annoying, I mean, for me, this is just me. I don't know about anybody else. If you're going to be an annoying heel, at least be mid at best in the ring.
I mean, they weren't bad.
Yeah, I don't want to put it all on, but after a while, you could tell who's better.
I mean, I would say they got a lot better from when I first got introduced to them.
Right.
And this is before they were even together.
You're right. But I'm saying you kind of knew who the better wrestler was.
I mean, it was Billy. No, it wasn't Billy. It was
Peyton. It was Peyton.
Peyton Royce was the better one. And then
Billy that's what I'm saying.
Billy Kay was probably the more entertaining one.
That's what I'm saying.
And now, I guess it kind of worked in that sense because even you could kind of look at it as like, think it is on Cass. Cass was clearly the better wrestler.
Yes.
But Enzo made you watch.
Right. But the thing about Enzo and Cass that was different about the Iconics is that they seem to have more tag team chemistry than the Iconics did. You know what I mean?
I think they had a little more time and more reps as a duo as well.
Right. And to me, I didn't see the Iconics as, God bless it. Hold on, I got to take this.
James Cornette saying John Moss. I'll wait for Breon. I'll wait for Isaac to come back for that. But yeah, man. I'll get to Sasha Banks in a second too. Wow, you guys really have it out for me, huh? Even the social media scene won't give me credit for beating the champ. Having flashbacks to when I stepped up at SummerSlam when someone didn't show up and I was removed from all of the video packages to showcase Bianca and Becky only. She has a point there. That's a very, very good and solid point. All right, is this a real mark? Is this the real Buff Bagwell? Hope everyone had a great weekend. Thanks for everyone's patience. I'm trying to clear up all the Michael Long stuff. Well then.
Sorry, that was my dad. He's yeah, that was my dad. Anyway, yeah, I don't blame the Iconics. I blame booking for that.
That is fair. What do you think about Sasha Banks' asking price?
I think it's fair, and I saw a tweet that said, "Do you really think companies are going to pay that?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I think companies like StarCast, whoever runs StarCast or whoever runs WrestleCon will definitely be willing to put out that kind of money.
Here's when it gets too much. And this is the only time where I feel like an ask price get too much. When people aren't willing to pay for it. And this is the thing where, like, a lot of people, like, when you bring up capitalism, I'm like, well, it has its benefits. So, being your own, basically, now she's a true independent contractor.
Right.
So she gets to basically set her own price.
Right.
Now, her price is very high when you're looking in a broke perspective. And I'm saying it as a broke boy. So you're looking at it. Oh, and you see a lot of jokes going around about how people feel like she's not worth the $30,000, but she's already booked an appearance. And you really think that she's not going to book more appearances? And here's the thing. I bet you're going to get your money's worth. Say what you want to about her fan base.
They're weird.
They're very weird. They're very, very weird.
They need to touch some grass.
They need to touch grass, but they're going to support.
Yeah, but you can do both. You can touch some grass.
No doubt. And I agree with you. But I'm
you
saying,
can touch grass and be supportive. Like me.
Right.
Like take me for example.
In a business perspective, you don't care about the personality of the fans.
I would say, take me for example. I like Demon Buddy. I love Demon Buddy. I have a picture over there with their signatures on it. You know, I would do anything to meet them again. Anything. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to stand them. They don't deserve I'm not going to say they don't deserve my standing. They deserve my fandom. But I'm not going to stand these people. It's crazy. So you know what I do? Now, granted, I go outside and I touch grass. Not literally, because you know what I mean. I go outside and touch grass every now and then because I have to realize that I can't put all of my life in the standing. Transition, like you NBA YoungBoy fans.
Nice.
Y'all need to go touch some grass. For real. Not smoke it, touch it. Okay?
Oh, they're gonna smoke it too.
Yes. Go out there and touch some grass. Stop dick riding this man. Yeah, I said it. Y'all are a bunch of dick riders. Y'all are. Because y'all cheat. Whenever this dude gets in trouble.
Say it now since I've already been clapped on.
Whenever this dude gets in trouble. Whenever he gets in trouble, y'all hop to this man's defense like clockwork. Do they not?
Oh, they do.
They hop to his defense for whatever. This man could literally drive his car through a hospital, beat up a bunch of nurses, and y'all will find a reason for it. Y'all will find any reason to defend this man. And then the 1 minute he's not in trouble, he says, oh, he's not guilty from the gun charge. Y'all are all over this. I've seen a tweet that said he is the first rapper to beat the feds. And I'm like, y'all really, really need to go touch some grass if y'all think he's the first rapper to beat a fed case. He's not. So he said he's the greatest rapper going right now. I said, y'all must not realize that rappers in their 40s are still. Y'all must not realize that Nas is still making music. He doesn't make a lot, but he's still making music. You know who dropped an album recently? Like who dropped an album on Friday? Lloyd Banks.
I need to check that out actually.
Lloyd Banks dropped the second album in a series he started last year. Came out with it Friday. You know who else is making music? Slick Rick, apparently. Slick Rick is still featuring in songs.
Yeah.
You know who else is making music and just came out of retirement? Chamillionaire. Which, speaking of Chamillionaire, sidebar, how do you feel about that? I know you listened to it after I told you to,
Yeah, I kind of like it. Now, will he make more? That's the question.
That is the question. But you saw who he came out of retirement for. Not for, but you know what I mean. You know, like I said, I knew how you felt about him, but I was like, dog, I was like, because I hadn't seen it. When I first saw him, I'm like, is he's back? And then I saw the lyrics on there and said, oh no, Toby Nwigwe got this man out of retirement. After 2 years ago, which is hashtag long-term storytelling, because 2 years ago,
shout out to Public Enemy Pod.
Exactly.
Shout out to my boys, Public Enemy Pod, for that long.
You got to get those guys on the pod.
Long-term booking.
We need to get those guys on the pod.
Oh my gosh, man!
But yeah, shout out to them.
You don't agree with the CYN stuff, but them dudes hilarious.
Fair, but still, shout out to them, because 2 years ago, Toby and Paul Wall did a song called Juice, which is fire. And at the end of it, Paul Wall says, go tell Kimihine my mentions. Let's get it on God. You know what I mean? Like, call him out there. And then here we are 2 years later, Kimihine dropped Paul Wall's name in his verse. You know? So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, and Eminem's still making music. Y'all can feel about that how you want, but M's making music. Busta's still making music.
A lot of
Snoop's still making music.
So-called old heads are still out here putting music out.
Yes. And guess what? It's still good. It's still worthy to listen to.
If there's a market for something, I have no problem with it being put out.
Because clearly, like, I go to a barbershop. There's a lot of old heads in the barbershop, right? Or OGs. They're not old heads just yet, but they OGs. And I walked in there. They were looking at ciphers, just random ciphers, you know? And then the conversation came up about, you know, who you think was good and all this other stuff. And I noticed now granted, they are OGs, but I noticed none of them really could really vibe. What they were honest. They said, I can't really vibe with these new guys. Or these new cats, as they say. You know what I mean?
All right, Russell Wilson.
Hey, I'm just saying. They couldn't do it. And I get it. Because I'm like, what is there to vibe to? I mean, me personally, maybe I can rock with the baby's flow. Maybe.
I can rock the baby's flow for like 2 songs, and then after that, I was like, all right, dog, you got to switch it up.
But then at this point for me, it's like I will take certain people in features. Like Lil Baby, I'll take him in features. I'll take Da Baby in a feature. Depending on who is with. Like Kodak's. We're going to get to Kodak in a second. I like Kodak. I liked Kodak, that 1 minute thing he did on Kendrick's album.
Fair.
That interlude he did. Because it was dope. I was listening to it. It's like, who is this? Because the flow was good, the rhyme with the beat, and then I said, "Oh, that's Kodak Black." I said, "Oh,
Kodak has his moments."
Yeah, not today though, because you know, obvious reasons.
Did he put something out?
No, he got arrested again.
What?
You need to look at the group. Yes, he got arrested again.
We're about to do this. We're going to read why was he arrested? Because you already know he ain't getting out of jail this time because Trump ain't in office.
Oh no, he ain't. Let me see.
Biden already made he ain't even getting no whatchamacallit out right now.
No, he's not gonna. Why would he? Why would he try to get YSL out? What?
No. I ain't talking about YSL. I'm talking about Brittany Reiner. Leave YSL in jail.
Okay, so
hold on. I got the article up now.
No, I got it right here.
I'm putting it on the screen. I got it.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Rapper Kodak Black, who was granted clemency by Trump. I didn't scroll all the way down there, dog bite it. Who was granted clemency by Trump in his final hours as president, was arrested on drug charges in Florida. That man was like, I'm gonna let these dudes free on my last few hours. Drug-related felonies Friday. Rapper was pulled over for expired registration tag and windows that appeared darker than the legal limit. Police said they found a small clear bag that contained 31. Why?
See, this goes back to the same conversation we had when YSL got arrested. The conversation is, if you grow up and you broke, then you saw all of a sudden you not broke no more, and you're found an outlet to not be broke anymore. And now, granted, you can rap about being broke. You can rap about being broke, but when you're not rapping, why are you out still doing stuff like you still broke?
I can't even defend this, dog.
I'm so confused. I really am. Like, YSL was a whole label. It was a music label. Now, granted, it's also, again, you know what I mean. Know what I mean? YSL was a whole music label. And also, again, but still, it was a music label. Was it not?
It was.
Right? It was. It was an entire music label. Now, all these dudes, I imagine, maybe they don't come from the same area, but they all got the same background. For the most part. They grew up in probably not the best areas, found an outlet, got good at their outlet, and now are making all this money to the point where they can even start a label and make millions from this label, making music. So now, because of the stuff, because of them acting like they still broke, apparently. Because here's the big thing. I know for a fact Thug and Gunna won't broke.
No,
because I was looking at the people
been hot since what, about 2013?
I'm thinking about all the Thug himself. I'm thinking about all the people he did features with. T.I. He did shit with T.I. when he was doing features with everybody.
The first time I heard about Thug, I think it was Stoner, when he dropped the song Stoner. I would say that was right around 2012, 2013.
And then he did, like I said, he did Lifestyle.
Lifestyle was hot in 2014.
Then It Ain't About the Money, that song he did with T.I.
That was about 2015.
Then he did some shit with Drake.
Thug has been hot for a while.
It's like
almost a decade.
It's like my biggest thing is, like I said, and this is why, and I know some people aren't going to like this. This is why I kind of couldn't, not because I didn't. I felt empathy for what happened to Juice WRLD, but I did not feel sympathy, if that made sense.
I would say I was sad. It sucked that he died.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad for his actions. That's
what I'm saying. Like, I felt empathy. Like, the empathetic side of me was like, man, that's bad that he died. I wish he didn't die. The reason why I didn't feel bad is, like you said, because of the actions.
How he died?
Because they said he died from an overdose in an airport from ingesting so much, whatever it was. What was it? Like
some kind of drug that he was trying to hide because he was about to go to jail.
He was in the airport trying to ingest so much stuff, about to get on a plane that he wasn't supposed to have in the airport, and he ends up dying. Which doesn't make sense. Because I'm pretty sure at that time there was it's like these people don't have followings. It's like
Boudreaux's on Dark? My fault.
Oh, no. Speaking of which, did you know Logan East LeBron was on there?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I actually quote tweeted it, and I was like, wait, is that Logan?
Yeah, it was him. But like, I can't understand this. I can't understand if the whole point is the whole point of your rap persona is that you used to be broke and now you're not broke anymore. Why are you still doing broke shit?
I don't get this, man.
I don't understand.
And I can't remember the name of the guy, but
Like, I can't understand that.
A lot of people were going in on him because he had been saying, like, because he was talking about YSL and how he didn't feel bad for how, because I think it was Meat Mill said something about something inhumane being done to YSL while they're in jail, but them terrorizing communities wasn't humane. Nothing about terrorizing. And this is why I don't feel bad for these gang-affiliated people out here doing stuff, terrorizing our communities, and then when they get locked up, it's free this person. Like Big 30 was on the XXL freshman class this year, and both his freestyle and his cipher had to make sure he put out there free Shiesty.
Why do you want to free Pooh Shiesty?
That's his boy.
Who cares? Why do you want to free him?
Because it's the issue that we have in our community.
No, catch me up. Why is he in jail? Like, for real, why is Pooh Shiesty in jail?
Let's pull this up. Oh, i.e.
All right. Oh, pled guilty to firearms conspiracy, to conspiracy gun conspiracy charge.
Sentenced to 5 years, 3 months for. So he's already been sentenced. Gun conspiracy conviction linked to an October 2020 incident. What was the incident?
He was captured on camera during a shooting in an apartment complex parking lot. He's accused of being involved in another shooting at a Miami strip club where he was performing. Following the second arrest, he was indicted by the feds for the initial shooting and his bond revoked. See, it's things like this that make me wish I was rich. Do you know why? Do you know why?
They don't know what to do with the money.
No, but I'm saying, do you know why? If I was rich, it makes me wish I was rich. Because do you know if I was rich like this, to where the point where like people writing articles about me about every little thing I would do. Do you know what I'm doing?
What's that?
Nothing. I'm gonna be the guy they're writing articles about. It's like Isaac Bell was seen walking on the beach today. Isaac Bell seen feeding pigeons or something. That's the articles they gonna write about me.
But this has been my whole thing when we talk about systems and people. The issue here is you got all these people making all this money and then don't know what to do after. And then they are continuing this lifestyle that they were in before they got rich and famous. And then do stupid stuff. And then you got these idiots that are behind them talking about free Big Shiesty, free YSL, free Youngboy, free Kodak, and all this other stuff. No.
Don't free them.
Don't
They're
free
right
them.
where they need to be. They are right where they need to be.
And this is why I can't get behind this abolish the jail system.
No, it's not.
Unless you can find somewhere else for them to go.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's the. Honestly, I don't even think it's the jail system. I don't even think it has anything to do with that. I think it's what. Remember how we were talking about the court of public opinion?
Yeah.
I think it's because these people, and it's almost kind of cultish. These people have connected themselves in a way to these people in whatever way, to the point where they think they need to defend this person's actions no matter what. And I'll even confess, I think it's kind of like me and,
Star.
I will confess. But however, what I haven't done is negate his actions.
And that's the difference. Because it's not funny how you brought that up.
I've never negated what he did. I've never said I wished, if anything, I wished he was still wrestling. But one thing I haven't done is said whoever told on him should be punished or whatever. If anything, I've said all those other people that got named should be blacklisted too, like he is.
Yeah.
I've said that, but I've never said, hey, whether like it doesn't matter what he did. I've never said, well, it doesn't matter what he did. He shouldn't have lost his job. I've never said that.
So here's my thing. Here, in the words of Triple H, because I saw this on Twitter today. Here's the thing. So we have this issue, and I'll be real with you. I think it's an issue that we've seen so much within the Black community.
Okay.
Where a lot of times it's people that are close to you.
Yes.
That will try and basically act like you're not this horrible person. Like did you see the story about the kids that beat that old man up to death? One girl had a cone and was beating the elderly man up with a cone.
No, I didn't see this.
So yeah, it was a bunch of kids, teenagers.
Okay.
Beat this man up till he died. And so they arrested two of them. They arrested the girl. Both of them were 14 years old. They have been arrested, and they're being tried with third-degree homicide.
Okay.
So they got the interview with the mother. And she's up there boo-hooing and saying, my daughter's not a bad child. She got with the wrong crowd. This, that, and the third. May I add that they were out at 3 a.m. This happened at 3 a.m. You see where I'm going here, and I'm gonna go even further. Jalen Walker. Let's go here. When Jalen Walker died, his family was saying he was a good kid, never got in any trouble. The next day, we find out that he not only was trying to run away from being pulled over that night, but the night before did the same thing successfully.
What? I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the first one. I'm not negating the second one. All right. The only thing I'm going to say about that second case, about the Jalen Walker case, is that
90 shots is ridiculous.
Yes. No. Well, I was going to say, I've taken police training before, and I just know that not only is it ridiculous, it's overkill, and that should come with some kind of charge.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I don't know what charge, because I don't know the law like that.
They probably thought that he was armed because he did shoot.
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying you don't put 90 holes in the dude. Or, well, they say 46, because I just heard the news yesterday on the news, 46 of them hit their body. So two things. One, those cops are bad shots.
To be fair, it is in the dark. And here's the thing in America.
All right.
We don't have a gun problem. We have a gun safety problem.
Okay. That's one. Whatever. Second, to find 46 holes in a person is insane. Okay. They say 5 of them were in his back, but that's not the point. All I'm going to say is the fact that that's way too many.
Yeah.
Way too many. The fact that some of them need to reload a second clip if he's already on the ground.
I was thinking that
first of all, if there are 5 shots going in your back and you're not on the ground, you must be a superhero. I'm not even trying to be funny when I say that. Nobody takes 5 shots in their back. I don't know which shots hit first, but nobody's taking that and keeping going. I'm certainly not. Anyway.
Yeah, I like that. That's one of the situations where I was like, what he did is absolutely wrong. And
but they didn't.
It was ridiculous.
The cops did not help them. The cops did not help their case.
They didn't.
Speaking of cops not having their case, we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to something else.
Do we really want to get into them? Because I know where you're going.
Do you?
Might as well.
Anyway, what was I talking about before we got there?
The first case of
okay, so that
jumping man.
Thank you. That parenting in 2020. Some of y'all parents in 2020 this is gonna sound bad. No, I'm gonna tell you off the air.
My great grandmother used to say they're bringing them up by the naps of the roots.
Some of y'all, they're. I'm gonna say this. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of parents of 2020 that shouldn't be parents. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I that's a mildly way of putting it. That I was gonna say it another way, but I don't want to bring that up. But I honestly think there are a lot of people right now in this day and age that have kids that shouldn't have kids. And you have them, and the problem is they're at an impressionable age and you're not sure how to guide it. And it's doing a lot of damage. A lot. Because a lot of these kids are getting... Now, kids have always been impressionable. You know? The kids are always going to be impressionable.
Always.
But when you're in an age where... definitely in an age now where you really don't have to raise your kids and you have more of a choice than ever about if you actually want to raise your kids, put an effort to raise your kids, because there are other things that can do that now, especially social media can raise your kids.
A lot of kids are being raised by social media.
Yes. Now, if anything, it takes a village is kind of more prevalent now than it's ever been. But the only problem is the village is, basically. The only problem with the village between now and then is now the village is trash.
Our village was the neighbors, your aunties, uncles, big cousins, grandparents.
But now,
all those people,
now here, granted, some of y'all may have that same village, but all those relatives and all those other community members are just toxic, are not doing you any good.
Well, I'm thankful that my village was really good. Like,
yeah,
for the most part, we did have a few that we didn't really care for, but for the most part, and the ones we didn't care for weren't really related to us. They were neighbors, but like family was great. I got a lot of great influences on my family. I always talk about how my uncle is one of the biggest influences on my life.
Right.
And when I really want to get a police perspective, I can always go to him for it because I know he'll have something for me.
Yeah, but shout out to my village too. You know, shout out to that. But it's like, it just, I don't know. Here's the big thing we're missing. The sad part is some of the people can't get out of their village, and you're going to be stuck within your village and get caught in the rotation of your village.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part. You know, and the other sad part is when you want to get out of your village. And I know some of you, because I know some of you want to get out of your village, but the people around you are holding you back. You know, some of them are saying, well, you know, you'll be dead to me if you get out of the village, or, you know, you just gonna leave me like that, like this, that, and the other, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people get guilted into staying in their village. I don't know.
But yeah, man, I'm at a point now where a lot of it, I think we're going to be doing a lot more talking about this, because I feel like as young black men, it's something that's bothering me even more and more each day. The more I see news about things like this happening, knowing that I deal with children around that age group where it seems like they are really starting to think this is the moves. It bugs me. Like,
here's the thing. Like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. I know I talk a lot about guys like Kodak and Youngboy and all that, and I talk down on them. But I'm just saying, if you want to have... Now, I'm not saying you can't listen to these people and have a productive life. I'm not saying that.
I mean, I've listened to Youngboy. I listen to Kodak all the time.
I'm just saying, do listen, enjoy what they do, but don't do what they do. You know what I mean? Because you can. I don't. That's clear. You know what I mean?
I think you want better.
What you got?
Don't look up to anybody that's big. Don't look up to celebrities at all. None of them.
No. Celebrities will let you down. Celebrities will let you down. Trust me, I know this. I know this from personal experience. I've had my heart broken before. Anthony knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Look, man, J. Cole said it. What's done in the dark will always find a way to shine. I done did so much that when you see, you might go blind.
But let's get into these other clowns. We're not going to stay on them long. We just got to, like.
No, I did that. I did that side because of just the fact that they did what they did. And I can't say what I really want to right now.
It's so.
I think I've told you how I really feel about it.
It's so.
But for the sake of
wild
it to the public, I'm going to keep those opinions to myself.
It's just wild to me because I've seen the video of it, and like, I'm just.
So you did see the information about the guy with the phone.
Yeah, about.
So I kind of am not going to hop on him too much now.
Because he was texting his wife, right?
His wife texted him.
Okay.
And she got hit, and then he got taken out. They got him out of there because I guess he was going to try to do something.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So my thing, what is killing me? What has killed me about this whole thing, right? What has killed me about this whole thing is the fact that the job, I feel like I can say this without backlash, the job of the police department in America, right? The cover that is used as the primary job of the police in America, in the United States of America, is to protect and serve.
That's the motto.
That's the motto, right? That's the motto. So what bothers me and what has bothered me about this case, other cases, but mostly this, what has bothered me really bad is the fact that that is the motto for the nation, right? Nationally. But the fact that here, the community, the police department in that community has gone to lengths, is appearing to go to lengths to make it seem like that's not our job.
Well, just read the highlight.
Yeah, no, okay, see, I knew about this. No, because I knew that I heard this. I Googled this myself in 2020 during the riots and protests. I did because somebody brought that up. And the thing about it is that, okay, if that's the case, why? Look, all right. If I know a job is dangerous, I work as a high voltage electrician, right? I know when I got hired, that job was dangerous just on name alone. Because high voltage electrician name alone sounds dangerous, don't it? Right? I knew that, and I was aware of the dangers I could face. Now, we do these things. One of the things we do is when we open up some of the stuff we're going to check, we got to do this thing called a check. We got to check it. We got to put on this suit and to protect us. The only reason we put the suit on, right, in case anything goes wrong, the suit is not designed to protect us, to like keep us from getting electrocuted. Do you know what it's actually designed for? It's designed to, as if we're checking it out, if something does blow up, they can identify our bodies so our clothes don't stick to us when they're trying to pick us apart. Yeah. That's its only purpose. It's not designed to keep us alive. It's not designed to keep us alive. It's designed as like an identification. So if something does go wrong, you know, hey, at least your clothes are safe. So I do that well aware and going in that and doing that job. So my question is, I'm not going to say my job is as dangerous as being a cop. I'm not going to sit here and say this. What I am going to say is beforehand, I say all that to say if beforehand you get hired for a job, right, for the police department, you know how job you're dangerous. Or I'll give you one better. When I volunteered for the Marine Corps, to join the Marine Corps, I knew the potential the dangers I could be facing. I knew at any point my unit could be called to go. Granted, we didn't, but I was in an infantry unit. And at any point in that infantry unit, they can say, hey, you're going to the Middle East to go do whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's why you do the training. You do the training in case you get that call. So my question is, for this department in particular, what is the point of being a cop? Why are any of you cops? Is my question for the Uvalde Police Department. If that whole situation was dangerous, I'm not saying it's not, it wasn't.
Here.
If that situation was dangerous, why are any of you cops? Because even if you were cops, that's what you train for. You train, you do all those months and months and hours and days and weeks of training for moments like this. So when situations like this arise, you don't do exactly what you did in this videos that has been released, which is show your ass. You don't do this. If this happened, because I assure you, if this happened in the military, if that wasn't police officers, those are like PMO Marine military police officers doing this, or Marines in general trying to do this. You know how screwed we would be? Like, because I was in PMO, you know, that's the military police. If we had an active shooter and we did what these guys did, I probably would have a dishonorable discharge. Me and everybody in that room that I was in that team of people that were supposed to go up there and didn't act, all of us would have gotten a dishonorable discharge. Or with the civilian police officers we work with, they would have lost their jobs. But not here. Not out here. Why? Because you got qualifying immunity. Which means I can fuck up as many times as I want, and I'm not going to get fired. Or even if I do lose my job here, I can just go to another unit, another fucking department, and fuck up more there.
I'm just so frustrated with the whole thing because...
And it's like, you would think...
For the longest time we've seen the issue was... And I saw it even with like because Consciously had a video that he posted up, and there were points in there I was like, okay, I agree with what you're saying here. And then he would say something else. I was like, now you lost me. And everybody's bringing up the semi-automatic situation.
No, it's not about fuck that conversation. Fuck that conversation. Here's why I'm worried.
That's where I'm at.
I'm not. I'm there. I'm at fuck the shit about guns. I ain't talking about guns. I'm talking about the fact that you had a whole bunch of people prepared to do something and they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You had
I think that's really where everybody needs to be at, because
that is the big problem.
This situation could have been prevented.
You had
certain things were taken care of.
You had an entire team whose sole job is to prevent shit. Like everybody in that video that we all seen, everybody lined up there with the ballistic shields and all that, their one job was to go into whatever room that shooter was in and fuck them up. And they didn't do that job.
Much respect to every single person that puts on that uniform.
Yes, no.
Does their job
I'm
to
not
the best of their ability. I have
Same.
nothing but the utmost respect for every person that does that.
saying. But y'all in Uvalde fucked up. You fucked up, and what's worse,
I've been saying it for the last week or so. Every single person that was involved with it, including the police chief, need to be fired.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And what's even worse, what's even more fucking me up is now. Granted, I haven't seen it, so I'll take that. But nobody should be defending. There should not be anybody on both sides.
I think this is one of those situations where I feel like liberals and conservatives have come together and are really angry about this. Like, I'm talking about the conservatives that are wholeheartedly back the blue. I got my American flag with the thin blue line across the back of my truck.
That's what I'm saying.
They're the ones that are like angry about this.
Yes, which is how you should be. Nobody should be defending.
Rare moments where conservatives and liberals are all.
Nobody should be defending this. Nobody. Y'all can get back to picking at each other's politics later. Right now,
still doing that. I'm president in the meantime, but for this one instance, they are all together.
Look, I know. I thought about this earlier today. I said, if I was president, what's the first thing I would do? Honestly,
I don't want to be.
No, I don't want to be president either. But if for some reason I became president tomorrow, you know what the first thing I'm doing is? And I don't care if I catch heat for this. I'll make a speech about it and then wrestle with it later. I'm getting rid of qualifying immunity. First of all, I'm firing those guys, firing everybody. I'm calling the governor. The mayor of that town, and the governor of Texas. We're all sitting in a room, and I'm basically saying, fire those people. Calling the governor of Texas, the mayor of Uvalde, right? Bringing them to the White House or calling them, video chat or whatever the fuck. And I'm saying, hey, fire them immediately. Fire them. The second thing I'm doing is getting rid of qualified immunity. Because there is no reason. And like I said, I'll pull up on anybody. I don't care if the unions, the police unions coming after me because of that. I don't care. I'll take them on. We'll deal with it. But I'm getting rid of that shit because there's no reason. If there's no reason why there should be all these cops who do all this fucked up shit, like whether it's domestic violence, sexual abuse of prisoners or whatever, you know what I mean? You know how many cops have sexual assault cases, complaints against them? There's a lot.
I have never looked it up, but I would not be surprised that
it's a lot.
I would find.
Actually,
because if you look up arrests for police officers, you'd be surprised at how many people have been arrested that have been officers. It just doesn't get aired out in the open as much as, say, a pastor. A pastor gets arrested, everybody and their mama know.
Okay, so this is as of this is an article from 2018. It's from 2018. In a 9-year period, now granted it's by CNN, but still, 2018, police officers in the U.S. were charged with more than 400 rapes over a 9-year period.
That's right.
That's a lot.
And again, it goes back to what I've been saying for the last few weeks. Is it the system or is it the people?
It's the people. It's both.
Well, it's the people, but the system is not.
It's the people, but the system that helps them basically escape trouble doesn't help.
Yeah. But mostly people.
It's mostly the people.
And at the end of the day, any problem you find, and even thinking about a lot of stuff we talk about, a lot of these things we've talked about, you can find biblical reference to it. So we talk about capitalism and the evils of capitalism. What biblical statement could basically explain the evils of capitalism? A lot of people try to quote it but get it wrong. You know,
okay, so here I got some numbers. So a database. So in 2003, a 2003 national study provided, written by by the Police Professionalism Initiative, written by Professor Samuel Walker at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, found that, this is from 2003, found that 40% of reported cases of police sexual misconduct involved teens, often young women involved in youth engagement and job shadowing programs. 7 years later, in 2010, a libertarian think tank that tracks police wrongdoing found that sexual misconduct by law enforcement generates more citizen complaints than any other factor except for excessive force. In 2015, in a 2015 investigation by the Associated Press, found that roughly 1,000 officers lost their badges in a 6-year period for rape, sodomy, and other sexual assault, sex crimes that included possession of child pornography and sexual misconduct, such as propositioning citizens or having consensual, prohibited on-duty intercourse. So that means in the data and in a database compiled by the Buffalo News, reports that from 2005 to 2015, a law enforcement official was caught in a case of sexual abuse or misconduct at least every 5 days.
Disgusting.
That's too many. But yeah, those are the first two things I do as president. Fire those people, everyone involved, no qualified immunity, no, you don't get to move to another county or another state. No, none of that. You're done being a police officer. You're completely done. Everybody, like you said, including the chief, all done. The second thing I'm doing is getting rid of qualified immunity, because there's no reason where you should be able to do wrong, like murder somebody, for whatever case. Now, like, fight that case, whatever. But if you're found guilty, obviously you'll be in jail. But there's no reason why there should never be, and this is part of the reason why I didn't want to be a cop. I don't want a job that if I mess up, it could be covered up. If I mess up bad, like really bad, I'm like, no, give me the full punishment because I fucked up. That's what I deserve. I don't want no cover.
And this is why you're the outlier. Because even stepping away from that profession, that's an issue that humans have altogether. Not willing to say, okay, I really messed up here.
Oh yeah, that's another thing people forget. Like, they mess up and it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't be in this job. Like, do you know how many out of shape cops there are? How many out of shape cops have you seen? A lot, right? You've seen a lot.
No comment.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people who probably shouldn't be cops, based on looks alone.
I will not entertain that because, Lord, but you see my issue. I'm even bringing this away from just the profession of being an officer. Taking accountability is another, back to the entire whole of an issue. That's something that we as a people, especially within our community, where goes back to this whole free blase so-and-so. Nobody wants to be taking accountability for things.
Yes, take accountability. Accountability, like you're saying. Like I said, young boy just fucked up. Well, not young boy. Kodak just fucked up.
And me, as a person that likes Kodak, you didn't see me trying to make excuses for it. I'm like, no, that was stupid.
It was dumb. Kodak. But like I said, you're gonna have all these people coming to his defense for what?
And
Would you come in his defense?
This whole free my boy, free this person culture.
Like, no, he fucked up.
That where they could be convicted of first degree homicide, and people are still yelling out perfect example. YNW Melly.
No,
why we still got people saying free Melly?
Why?
Why we still got people saying free TK?
Why? Why do we need to free these people? For what? For what?
For them to come back out. Same thing with that dude that just got arrested last week after being put in jail for like 5 different times for like multiple murders. Why is he keep being free?
Right? But free him, right?
But free him so he can do it again.
Yes, free.
We can definitely afford. And I'm so happy with the church Friday this week because this lady, I think it was yesterday, and she brought it up, and it was like, she's like, Black Lives Matter. I can't tell.
You know what else I saw?
How can our lives matter when Pookie killing Tay last night?
You know what I saw? I saw this a while ago. I saw this a while ago. It's not just in our community. I'm realizing in like the pop culture community too, because there was a somebody posted a picture of Ted Bundy, right? Mm-hmm. But it was like, because you know what Ted Bundy looks like. He's clean shaved. He's a serial killer, granted. But there was like a weird period where women were simping over this guy. No, Zac Efron was going to play Ted Bundy in a series.
Why are we
or a movie or whatever?
Ted Bundy, but okay.
Huh?
I said, why are we doing a series about Ted Bundy? But okay.
I don't know, but Zac Efron was going to play him.
It's highly weird.
Yeah, Zac Efron was going to play Ted Bundy, and there was a period where there were women were like, I don't know, I maybe would have done it. I'm like,
crazy thing is,
done what?
Crazy thing is, they probably would have.
That's the fucked up part. It's like, you would have done what? You would have with him? The dude who that's his sole purpose in life was I'm gonna say this. Well, because that's what he ended up doing.
If they say that, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them.
That's what DMX said. That DMX literally said that.
I'm really at that point. When somebody tells me what they about, I'm just gonna flat out believe them.
This is why I can't really. Honestly, and this is why I can't really do conservatism. I can't. I can't. I've tried. Like I'm more in the middle now than I was before. But like,
because
when I say I can't do conservatism, I can't do like I can't like, for example. What's that dude I saw? Bryce and Gray. Because I know you saw it. Yeah, I know you liked one of his tweets, right? And I looked in his bio, and I'm like,
the bio.
Yeah, I'm like, well, because I can't rock with that. I can't, because I'm like, well, he doesn't share my beliefs, whether it be personal or political. Because I can't do that. So
when it comes to beliefs, I'm gonna put it this way.
All right, maybe not beliefs,
but beliefs can be bought. It's when it comes to your mainstream pundits in each side of the political alignment. Let's say about 15 years ago, the liberals weren't supporting of that cause either, for the most part. Until that belief got bought into them, and it was like, okay, let's change it. So there's another one of my issues when it comes to politicians. You can basically, if you got the financial backing and the super PAC to do it, and this is where Griffin comes into play, but a lot of times you can kind of buy your way into certain things, and Disney tried to do it just last year. I can't remember. All these years are kind of blurring together. But that's the thing. And so when it comes down to it, I can't be fully liberal. I can't be fully conservative because I said it so many times. There's things I agree with that the liberals are doing. There's things I agree with the conservatives. But if I go too far over, then it was like, y'all weird. And then I go over here and look at them like, y'all weird too. And so I sit there and look at it, and one of the things is really the conservatives have really been hot and bothered over has been this thing with the drag queens. And
okay, all right. Story time. Who's ready for story time with the outlier?
Okay, Adam Cole.
All right, so a couple weeks back, I did security for Pride Fest at the Scope.
Mm-hmm.
Fun as hell. That was probably the most fun I've had at work in a very long time. Because I got to see just that community in an element. You know what I mean? Like no outside interferences, no protesters trying to not break in the doors, none of that. It was like 7 o'clock at night, ended at midnight, and it got in there. It was packed. It was hype. While there were drag queens there.
I believe it.
Now, while there, like one of the drag queens was a headliner. While there, I had never seen a drag show before. But I watched it. My thing was, I watched it, and while I'm watching it, I'm thinking, first of all, I'm captivated because they were playing Lady Gaga, and the song they were playing, what was it? Not Poker Face. I think it was Applause. They playing Applause. And I love that song. So the thing about it, the thing about it was that I'm watching it and I'm enjoying the song, but the other thing I'm thinking is like, I couldn't see. I tried. I couldn't see what exactly was wrong.
So here's my thing. Now, I'm very. This is I can be kind of libertarian with.
When I say wrong, I was trying to figure out like what exactly about this. I don't mean to cut you off. But I'm saying when I say wrong,
yeah, I understand what you mean.
I was trying to figure out what exactly about this riles conservatives up to the point where they don't want them they don't want this community to exist.
I think the issue is the kids, bringing kids to it and things like that. Now, there are a few instances where I was 100% against bringing them there and not informing the parents. Absolutely not. Parents need to inform.
Okay, that's one thing. Okay, now,
if the parent is aware and brings the child there, personally, I wouldn't bring my child to one. Personally, I wouldn't go to one, but I wouldn't bring my child to one. But I'm not being hot and bothered by somebody bringing their child to it. Because, again, not my circus, not my... I don't know if I should say that, but you get my point.
Probably should. But I'm saying my thing was...
It's not affecting me, I should say.
Granted, the one I did security for was on a Friday night and ended at midnight. I knew there were going to be no kids there. The thing about it was the energy in there. I'm going to put a recommendation to you. Next year, if they have the same thing, I may actually go because I had fun. Because it was so, like, first of all, the music was good. But, like, there was no toxicity in there. Like, there's at no sense in there did I feel somebody's going to ruin this vibe.
I appreciate the fact that everybody there was for it, and nothing's worse than going to something and somebody just like kills the entire movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at no point while I was in that room, while I was in the scope, we were on the floor in the scope. That's where it was. I was like, at no point did I feel like there's going to be somebody in here somebody or multiple people are going to either start fighting, they're going to argue, they're going to do something that is going to kill this whole vibe everybody's got going. Or because, mind you, there was alcohol in there too. There's a lot of shit ton of alcohol. So I'm thinking at some point somebody's going to get riled up about something when there's alcohol involved. But
it was a lot of people.
Nothing. It was a lot of what?
It was a lot of people.
It was a lot. It was like a.
Well, granted, there may have been something, but it didn't boil over into it being a big issue.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like it was that, and then it's like, now granted, you couldn't bring weapons and shit in there anyway. Like for example, and then the next day they had Pride Fest out in Town Point, Waterside. Your Waterside. They had Pride Fest out there. And while I was there, it was wide open. Granted, you had cops everywhere and all that other stuff. The whole time I was out there, I'm like, at no point did I think that something's going to happen while we're here and the vibe's going to get ruined. You know, like somebody's going to, like, there was one protester, one, by himself with the sign that says, you know, Jesus saves from sin and all the other stuff. You know, which he does, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But he had that sign out there, just basically being the one
really
guy.
Bothered with him, right?
Huh?
Nobody really bothered with him.
Well, there were a couple of people arguing with him, going back and forth, but you know that's going to be what it is.
How was he? How was he during the entire?
He was going back and forth. He wasn't ignoring it. He was going back and forth with them. I just saw him, and I'm like. My thing was like, is it going to be a lot? I was worried about that because I was thinking, how many is it going to be? Is it going to be like a line? Is it an army? What's it going to be? It was one dude. And he didn't stay long. Because by the time because I didn't know how long he'd been out there, but I know when I got out there, he was there. It was just him. And then I look over in that direction. He's gone. So
I mean, like I said, I like, it's not something that interests me. And if in the event I do have children, I wouldn't be taking my child to anything like that. And then I personally wouldn't.
Look, if anything, I recommend the first part, the Friday night thing, because it's just because me, I went as like I said, I'm straight, you know, great guy, but you know, I have friends in that community. I mean, I imagine as you do too. You do as well. But being in that community, I go over and see it, and I'm like, it's so peaceful almost.
Sounds like all the concerts I've been to. I swear, ever since I went to a concert, I'm always making new friends.
Yeah, for real. I got some girl snap when I went there. You know,
like I went to the Big Crit concert. I met somebody that went to Western Branch with us. Didn't know her.
Oh,
and then she was with somebody that she produces music for. Dope singer. And we just sat there, and another dude came up. He's a musician. We rapped. We basically talked the entire time that we were waiting for transitions. Dope people. So just that just kind of reminds me of those situations where when people are there to just relax and not be bothered by issues going on, and you don't have people that are just out to be a menace, it's dope.
It is.
But yeah, man, anything else?
I just know that I don't know. I can't understand why some of y'all are dick riding for people who don't deserve it.
I don't understand it at all.
I don't understand it.
Whether they don't deserve it or you think they deserve it. I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand the act at all.
Because, like I said, I don't do that because I can't understand that. I'm a fan of people. I'm not defending their every action. For real. Like most of anybody on my playlist now that I'll go back and like, you know, they drop the F slur, I delete that song off my playlist because I don't like that word. I really don't. I hate that word actually. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like I take accountability for them because I know that's how they were. And look at how they're like Tyler the Creator. You know, I remember back in the day that was his whole platform for a while. You know,
it was so crazy that he said in the song that he hates gays, gangbangers, and jerkers. Then for him to turn out to be gay.
Yeah. Which is, I don't know. Like, and it's also weird that, so I went to a club last weekend. I went to Wave Club. It's a LGBTQ friendly club in Norfolk, right? I went there. I got to work and they asked like, hey, where'd you go this weekend? So I went here. And they didn't look at me funny, but they were like, well, I also told them I went to Pride Fest and said, well, how was you being? Oh, I did security for Pride Fest. And then it became like 20 questions like, oh, did you like, you know, you hook up with any of the people? That I was like, no, I was working, you know, or I just went and walked around and people watched and then I left, you know, and I'm like, what? I don't understand what the issue is. Now, granted, most of those guys are conservative that I was talking to, but I'm like, I don't understand. I swear I can't wrap my head around what the fuck is so wrong about that. That I as a straight black man can't go to Pride Fest as a straight black man and have a fucking good ass time. Because that's sure what the fuck I did. When I went to Wave last week, the Wave Club last week, yeah, I met a couple of people who are gay. Guess what? They were really cool people. And I had a really good time. I didn't stay there the whole night, but I had a really good time meeting some of those people.
And I mean, here's my thing when it comes down to it.
Like
I've got to the point where I've come to understand that you're going to have people that are just going to not like you because of who you are, whether that be black, gay, straight, what have you.
Right.
And it goes back to what the guidance council told me. It says, great. You just got to roll with the punches, man.
Right. No,
you're going to have people that will hate you. And I'm not really just saying it for you, but it's just, I've got to that point where I can live with it.
Right.
And it doesn't bother me. Like I told you, somebody and I know they're racist. I'm not going to be all ashamed of myself, or I'm not even going to cry about it. It's like you don't like me because I'm black. That's cool. Sucks for you.
Yeah. Like, because we had a conversation yesterday. He said, if you could be any other race, what would you be? I said, the first thing they asked me that, I said, first thing I said is there's nothing more I would rather be than a black man right now.
There's nothing I'd rather be than myself. I don't care.
Nothing.
First of all,
there's nothing I would rather be. Then my second answer says I'd rather be Asian. If I couldn't be black, I'd be Asian. It was.
I mean, I have nothing else but to be, but it.
Yeah, no, but for real, I would rather be. I've never been, because there were times when I wasn't comfortable in my skin. There are times.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I've never been more comfortable. Like when I turned 25, like you said, that's where all my principles kicked in.
You know why? I mean? Because biology says that's when your brain fully develops.
Yeah. When I turned 25, it's like when I turned 25, everything clicked. Everything in my brain clicked. Like the gears stopped turning. Said this is where the gears are going to be, unless the tiny gears on the other side are going to change on extenuating circumstances. But all your main things are going to stay here, and that's where they're at.
That Florida brother vein kicked in, and then you were like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
and that's why I'm just like, I think people need to really just live a little and roll with the punches, because in life you're going to have those points in time where things don't go right. You're not feeling appreciated. You're not feeling loved. I don't think there is a single person that doesn't have that moment, regardless of your status in life. You even see it with some of these very well-known, highly appreciated people, where they don't feel appreciated. So us as regular people are going to have that. Huh?
Like some of those people think, like some celebrities, they think some people, they get really down and depressed because they don't think they're doing enough. You know?
Yeah.
They do. Like some of them.
That didn't right, and I agree. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of understand that. Push through it, because at some point in your life, it's going to click.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't give up too early. You can't give up too early. Like I know you see that meme. I know you've seen that picture where it's like the guy, he's like digging with the pickaxe through the dirt, and then
he's right there, and
he's right there, and then he gives up.
And a lot of people are, and that's a story of so many people. They're like one more hit, and you see the light.
Yeah,
and it was like, I quit.
I feel like that sometimes. I do. Like for example, like I feel like I want to get in my own place, and sometimes things just keep coming up, or I just keep making bad decisions that make that look impossible. But I know I just got to keep hacking at it.
It builds your character too, and I've had that moment because one day I left work. I was like, "Why the heck am I doing this? Why did I choose this?" And then I go to Target, same day. Left work, goes straight to Target. Run into a kid from my first year, and just reaffirmed everything. He was just telling me, "Thank you for everything, this, that, and the third, and here's what's going on with me." And then I walked out the store, and I was like, "I understand it now." And sometimes you kind of just need that reassurance.
Sometimes, and here's the best part. Here's the best part about that. Sometimes you're gonna need what Saul got in 1 Samuel. I don't mean to get preachy, but here we are. Sometimes you're gonna reach
BKs.
Sometimes you're gonna reach. Now, sometimes you're gonna reach this place called Zuff. Do you know what Zuff is?
Just run it to everybody for the sake
Cliff
of
note. So for those who don't know, in 1 Samuel 9, right? Saul, you know who King Saul is. Saul is the dude who went on to persecute everyone. He was younger, he was handsome, he had all this stuff going for him, right? Then he was told to do a job that not a lot of people want to do. He had to go chase these donkeys that ran away, his father's donkeys, right? But like I said, he's handsome. That's like you being like having supermodel good looks and said, "Oh, we need you to go drive this Uber." You know what I mean? Yeah. Doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he went to go get him, right? And he couldn't find him. So he came to a place called Zuff. And when he got to Zuff, he said he stopped looking. He says, "No, we need to stop right here, and we need to go back to where he came from." The problem is with a lot of us is we hit Zuff and we stay there. We hit this place where, we need to get tired. Zuff is a place where we need to be tired of doing this old stuff that we're doing. And the first thing that helps us get out of there, unknown people give you important help. Somebody you don't know, like you were just saying about reaffirming. Somebody comes along, like in your case was one of your students. somebody random comes on and tells you, hey, you know, how's your day going? Oh, it's good. Oh, well, here, you need this. Like when I was in high school, we had a fire alarm go off, right? No, it was either fire alarm or lockdown, right? I go outside and I'm standing there waiting to go back in. And this kid comes up, right? This guy comes up to me and he chops me in my neck, right? He didn't actually do it, but he like swung it. I was like, yo, what's up? He said, no. It's like, you didn't see that coming, did you? He said, no. It's like, and he told me, last thing he told me was be alert. Got to be alert. And I took that. I'm like, that's a good lesson. You know what I mean? I never saw him again. But it's a good lesson. Like I was in Family Christian Bookstores years ago. I'm just sitting there scrolling through music. And this guy just came up there and he started speaking life to me in there. You know what I mean? Just, you know, stay encouraged, be encouraged. Or in your case, some cases, you might use it to teach somebody else. Like I was in the hospital one day. Not me personally. I was visiting somebody in the hospital one day. And this dude, I don't even know this dude. He was in a wheelchair and he just wanted me to, I told him like, yeah, you know, my mother and fathers are ministers and all that. He said, oh, tell me a story. Tell me a story about the prodigal son. Tell me a story. So I told him a story about the prodigal son, you know, and I started ministering and I prayed for him. And all at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't know what that guy's doing now. I hope he's still alive somewhere, but I haven't seen him. My thing is, and I say all that to say, you got to keep going because you may not, because some of the people you encounter, it may not be for you. You know what I mean? You may get used to use somebody else to help you keep going. You got to keep going. You know what I mean? You got to keep going. You know? It's like I said, everything, like I just said, everything directed, like in order for you to keep going, it may not be for you. You know, it may not be somebody speaking life into you to keep going. You can speak life into somebody else, help them keep going, which keeps you going and keeps the train moving to give you that reinformation to say, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, you know, keep going, you know, keep walking, go one step at a time. That's why I tell people I don't look months ahead anymore. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of looking now to October so we can go to Control Your Narrative. I ain't gonna hold you there. And I'm looking forward to November and my birthday, you know. But other than that, I'm going day by day. You just go day by day. That's what I tell people all the time. How you doing? Hey, I'm taking it day by day because that's all I can do.
What I say? All
you can do. Just stay encouraged. I didn't mean to get preachy there, but I did. It's in my genetics. What are you gonna say? It's in my genetics.
TK life.
Yeah, this is how it is.
TK life. That's what I say.
Yeah. You pick up.
But yeah, man. I'm just. I don't know. It's a lot going on, but we went almost two and a quarter hours, 2.25 hours in this one. So
let's just hope you learn something from it.
Yeah. So
yeah. That's all we ask. All we ask is that you learn what we're saying.
I guess one
of the things we want to learn is just don't give up. I know that sounds cliche, but for real, keep digging. Keep digging. There's diamonds on that other side.
Definitely.
You know? And some of the dig might take a little longer than other people. But just because somebody else got their diamonds, yours are coming.
And I guess that's where I'm at now when it comes to me and getting my degree. I understand. I see everybody getting theirs. I'm like, eventually my moment's gonna come too. So I'm not really being discouraged because I'm almost 30 without it. My moment's gonna come. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Unbounded Podcast. Give yourselves a hand. Yeah. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. So you already know what I got to say. Peace, love, and Pop Tarts. And always remember to drink your water. We can get
And
out
hold
of
each
here.
other accountable.
Yes, hold each other accountable. Good thing I had this top on it because I just pointed at everybody. And the last thing I needed to do is have water just flying all over my computer, my laptop, and my phone.
Yeah, but hold each other accountable. More importantly, hold those people accountable who don't think they should be held accountable. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Those people that think they're untouchable.
So, you think you're untouchable? Word life. I didn't even get to talk about the TV-14 situation, but I'm going to hold tight because I don't think that's going to happen anytime within the next week or so.
I don't think so either.
So we can definitely move that to next week if need be. So we will get out of here. Y'all stay easy. See y'all next week.
Oh man, we forgot about you. We'll talk about USC and UCLA making the biggest mistake of their lives, moving to the Big Ten.
Wait, we got plenty of time on that because that's not going to happen for another week or so, for another year or so.
Speaking of weeks or so, college football is back in 6 weeks.
Football. I watch a lot of college football highlights now, so
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah, it's right around the corner. But the way time is moving, it's right around the corner. Anyway, y'all be easy. Hold each other accountable.
Come on.
Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Everything I do, they echo.